Well, hello, everyone. My name is Alison Woodall, and I'm a relocation specialist. That means I get to help you with the financial, logistical, and emotional issues that make moving to a new state so stressful. And today I am talking to Natashea Mount, and she is moving with her family from the Central Valley in California to just outside Chattanooga, Tennessee. Natashea, thank you so much for talking to me today.
You're welcome. Thank you.
So your situation is very interesting. You are moving from the Central Valley and you're taking your kids and you're also taking your son's fiance with you, and you're moving and custom building outside Chattanooga.
Yes. Yes.
Wow, that's exciting. So what made you, first of all, want to leave California?
Well, we have we have some family back east, but the biggest thing is it's just getting so expensive and so many tight restrictions. And we just need some freedom and a little bit of peaceful living and just a better lifestyle for the kids.
And did you look at a lot of states before you decided on Tennessee?
We have been around to many of different states, but Tennessee definitely had a lot of aspects that we were really intrigued by and knew it was the right fit for us.
Okay, because I know a lot of people are drawn to Nashville and to Knoxville. Chattanooga's a little bit smaller. I actually had a best friend who lived in Chattanooga, so I know it's a beautiful town.
It is.
But was it the smaller town that was more attractive to you, or was it?
Definitely. Nashville is more city-like, it's very similar to California in a lot of ways. It's just a lot more city-like, and we like a little bit more of the urban type, close-knit, everybody knows everybody kind of vibe.
Okay. And then, so you've got 4 kids?
Yes.
Okay. And how are they about moving? Are they excited, or were any of them kind of nervous?
So the oldest two actually are the two that are the most excited. My 20-year-old and almost 19-year-old. Those two are the most excited. The younger two are still in school. So I have one that's going to be a freshman. He's a very athletic kid, and so he's not super excited to leave, but he's open to the possibility and giving it a shot. And he wants to come wherever we come, and we're trying to lighten the idea and explain, all the benefits of being there and whatnot. And then we have a little girl that is going into 7th grade. She's a lot more open-minded on it. She has friends here, but we've relocated out to here from Pennsylvania originally. And when we did that with our older two, they realized how easy it was to make new relations and new friendships. And you don't lose track of the real friends, that you left behind.
And I think as parents, it's so important for us to teach our kids that and show them that we still stay in touch with our friends from wherever, we've moved to before. And I think social media as well has a big, people are always negative about social media, but I know for my son who's 14, that's allowed him to stay in contact with all of his friends in every place that we've ever lived.
Definitely.
And I like the way that you're focusing on all the positives, because kids it's too easy to look at all the negative things and all the things that you're leaving behind instead of focusing on all the things that you're going to gain.
Exactly.
And so you have bought land and you're custom building?
Yes.
So how did you decide, first of all, what land to buy? Did you have a vision for a house and you looked for land that would suit the house, or did you just find the perfect piece of land?
We found the perfect piece, but we were definitely looking for something where myself, my brother's family, and my parents could end up, that we could basically have as our family passed down through the generations, kind of a property that will become a home for our kids, our grandkids, and their kids, and vice versa. So yeah.
Wow, that's an amazing vision. Is that something that you've always wanted? I mean, like when you moved to California, was that like a stopping?
It really was.
Things down.
It really was. We are very close with my family, and we've been out here for now almost 9 years away from all of my family, which has gone well, and we've done very well. We make our trips back and forth. They fly here, we fly there, so we've made it work. But we're finally ready to slow life down a little bit and get back to family quality time. And so we knew at the end of the day, as we're growing up, we want to have a place where we can all just retire together essentially and have like our family compound, have our animals, our ATVs, our fun stuff, and just enjoy life in simpler modes.
Yeah. And I think when you have that vision for exactly what you want for your life, even if it takes you 10 or maybe 15 years to be able to save up and
Exactly.
make it happen every day, instead of just feeling aimless and frustrated with where you are,
Yeah.
you can see that just as a step closer to what that ultimate vision is.
Yeah.
And it also keeps you more focused. I meet a lot of people who just don't really know what they want, or they're too scared to say, this is what I want, and fail, rather than say, this is what I want and I'm going to try my hardest to achieve it.
Yeah, people just get, I think, just too comfortable where they're at, to, it's normal day-to-day thing, and they're too afraid to go out of a comfort zone and to try new things. And I think that's really important.
All right. And so have you actually started building your house?
So we just finished up the subdivision part. So we are now going through the building plans and working with a builder and all the good stuff.
And how is it doing that when you're in California?
Not bad. Actually, way easier than I ever anticipated. There's a lot of email back and forth and a lot of phone conversations, and it's actually gone very well, though.
Okay. And so, and presumably the big part is finding the best contractor and having that great relationship.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Definitely.
Okay. And then do you have like a vision for what your house is going to look like? Where do you, because if I had to build my dream house, I don't know where I would start.
I do. And I've always known what I wanted for a very, because me and our family, we've lived in so many different homes. And we've always known what type of a layout, what type of a style. And I know my kind of a style that I like. So we've always kind of put pieces together, and now it's finally like, I know exactly what I want.
Wow, that's wonderful. Yeah, because I talked to a custom builder, I think it was last month, and I think he was always saying the main thing is your budget. Your style and everything like that, you can modify,
sure,
but the budget, knowing exactly what you can afford and being realistic about it.
Definitely.
And I think you've obviously found the perfect piece of property, so you could put any house on that and you'd still have a great life. But obviously, if you can afford to build your dream property, that's even better.
Yeah.
And so when is your timeline to actually make this move?
They're saying about 6 to 9 months for the build to be completed. So but now that my son has started his freshman year of high school, we're going to let him finish that out. So we'll go next May or June.
Wow. And then actually, so do you have animals now, or is that just like a vision for the
we
future?
just have dogs right now. But my parents have 2 horses, and my brother is going to be raising cattle. So we will have.
Because I'm always interested in the logistics of people moving. And I talked to another lady who moved a farm of animals through that big ice storm that they had in Texas. And
oh my gosh.
Again, in terms of inspiring people, that when you have a vision and you're working towards that vision, you can achieve anything.
Absolutely.
If you need to move a farm full of animals, you can make it happen.
Oh yeah.
So you presumably just have ATVs and things like that to get there.
And a boat and a camper. Yeah.
Okay.
We're gonna have a whole caravan going.
Well, it sounds like you've got enough people to be able to help you get there. Yeah, but that's the thing, when you know in advance what you've got to do, you can start finding those vehicle transport companies. You can find those friends who'll drive something and then fly back.
Yep.
So it's always just comes down to logistics and having a plan.
Yep.
So what are you most excited about with your life in Tennessee?
I think just a piece, just like a relaxation for the most part, not such a high lifestyle, a very simple lifestyle, just being comfortable where we are and not feeling like we have to work to survive and work to live, and where we can actually enjoy life and enjoy our time together as a family. That's honestly the biggest thing that we can't wait for.
And then anything you feel you'll miss about California?
Of course, the friends and stuff that we've made here, but they're already all planning on coming out for their vacations, and it's such a nice area because we're, hours from Florida, we're a couple hours from Nashville, we're hours from the Carolinas. There's so many things around. So we're looking forward to trips. Yes.
And you're near Atlanta, which is where I still consider home. And
Yes.
it's one of my favorite cities as well. And a great airport if people need to fly
Yep.
into Atlanta and drive up. It's, yeah.
Yep. So that's really the biggest part of that we're gonna miss. I mean, the money that you make out here is pretty awesome, but everything's so expensive. It's like, everything weighs out. And I know that's one of people's biggest fears of moving out there is, minimum wage is less cost, but cost of living is so much less. So it really is, it just balances it out a lot.
And have you found with starting to build the house or planning on building the house, that the cost of lumber and materials has had a bigger impact on your budget, or is it not?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah. But I from what we're hearing, the things are starting to get back in line with where they were before. So,
okay. So if you had, obviously you've moved before, if you had any advice for someone who wanted to move from California or from any other state to a different state, are there certain things that you kind of, would give them as advice?
I feel like so my big thing that I tell people is don't be afraid to try something new because you're not stuck wherever you go. So that's my theory. Like my son moving out there with his fiance, and I say, come try it out and, give it a full shot and see how it is. If for some reason you don't like it, then you're free to move anywhere else. Don't feel like you're set wherever you are. But I feel like you need to experience other things. There's so much more out there than one place, especially like California, but also, yes, you got to be mindful of expenses versus, income, things like that. Those are all things to definitely take into consideration. Jobs are maybe not as abundant out in Tennessee as they are here, especially high paying jobs, but I don't know. I feel like you really just do your research on each place individually, whether it be for your kids, for schooling, or for job possibilities, different costs of living. That's one big thing that's, like in Tennessee, for instance, if you want to retire, it's the best retirement state because you don't get taxed on retirement, where other states you do. So, things like that are important to look into.
Yeah, and I totally agree. You need to know from just a practical point of view where you can afford to live and cost of living. But I think when you you want to be with all your family, you want an outdoors kind of lifestyle, you want the four-wheelers, so you just know when you get to that state that suits you. And I can drive through a state and go, yep, I could live here very happily, or and sometimes it's just like an instinctive reaction. There's certain cities that people love and they're not somewhere that I could live.
Yep, exactly.
Well, wonderful. Well, thank you so much. Anything else you want to add? Are you scared about the humidity in Tennessee? Because that seems to be a big thing.
It is a big thing. There's different parts of Tennessee, which we've, again, doing research and being there, we've gone a couple of times to visit and see things. So we are considered Eastern Tennessee. We're right along the Sequatchie River and the Smoky Mountains. So the humidity is very mild and we don't get the snow and we don't get the tornadoes. Anywhere on the western or central part of Tennessee, like Nashville, Memphis, all those areas, those are the high humidity tornado valleys and stuff like that. So where we're going is much milder weather. So it shouldn't be too much different than here. Not too bad.
Yeah, it always interests me, the weather that scares people, because having just lived through my first earthquake with no warning, just sitting at my desk and suddenly everything started shaking. Yeah. I'll take a tornado warning or, 2 days warning about a hurricane or all of those things, and a little bit of humidity other than just unexpected shaking.
Yeah, and there's nothing like the little bit of humidity that brings on a beautiful thunderstorm that rolls away in 10, 15 minutes. It's just, and everything's green all the time, and it's
which if you're having cows and horses, I always think being some kind of animal that eats grass in the Central Valley must be miserable because there's nothing green.
Horrible.
Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate you talking to me.
You're welcome. Thank you.